Win streak over. Let's go for silent. We could get a rare card for 100 gold. Seems really good. So we should probably do that unless we're forced into a shop. We actually kind of are forced into a shop. The only good route here is this 3-fight shop route. Okay, so since we're forced into a shop, do we take the rare card anyway? Do we take a card reward, or do we take 3 potions? Actually, swapping out for a boss relic is pretty okay against silent. It's technically not the first half, because we'd have to go slightly after the first half to get the third one. But we could get 4 total. I mean, that is the route we're planning on going. I doubt we'll take all of those, but... let's see. We could take a card reward and then try to take a slightly harder route, take a 4-fight route. With a shop. Alright, see you later, Sir Artemal. The rare cards are so good, though. Rare cards are like Corpse Explosion and like... oh my god. I'm trying to think of the name, the card that gives you 1 block every time you play a card. Whatever, let's just see what our options are and then evaluate them. I think this is the best. After Image, there we go. Corpse Explosion and After Image, exactly what I was talking about. Corpse Explosion is pretty good in Act 1. With Guardian, so poison is fine. I think we'll let Corpse Explosion carry us. You think After Image? I don't know. I think Corpse Explosion. Do we still go to the shop? I think so. Maybe we'll buy a potion or something. Alright, we can kill the Spike Slime on turn 1. Do a little bit of damage to Acid Slime. It's weird that you can poison Acid Slimes. I feel like they should be immune. But then I guess, like, Slime Boss would be a huge problem. He's already, like, pretty problematic for Silent. Okay, should be a 0 damage fight here. And it is. Caltrops is pretty good against Guardian. Seems a little early to pick a Caltrops, though. Since it's literally floor 1. The earliest possible card reward. We don't really need the damage because we've got Corpse Explosion. Yeah, I think we skip it. Take a Sneaky Strike. Try and do some discard stuff. I think I'll skip that too. I like that turn 1 Corpse Explosion. Keep that coming. I guess Double Defend is slightly fewer clicks than Survivor, so I should Survivor there. Okay, so now we're getting hit, or we can kill him. Another 0 damage fight. Excellent, excellent. Dagger Spray is quite nice. I like Dagger Spray quite a bit. We have some problems against sentries, because Corpse Explosion doesn't apply the poison. It does apply the explosion. But whatever. We can give up 7 max HP. We have... we need the gold, so this is generally a good event. It's only 6 max HP. Great. 0 current HP. Sure. Alright, do max damage and block out as much as we can. And I was thinking we'd get lethal here, but we didn't. Oh wait, we kind of did. Bouncing Flask seems really good. A little bit concerning against Gremlin Knob here. But we'll do what we have to do. Missing out on Shuriken for the run, and Anchor and Hand Drill. Can't really afford any of these. We could take Acrobatics. It's kind of just a wasted floor. Yeah, I was hoping for a potion. We do have Explosive Potion. Gremlin Knob is a big concern here, though, because Explosive Potion doesn't do a ton of work against him. We've got to really get some poison stacking turn 1. We should buy that. We can't. Okay. We could give ourselves a couple extra floors to get ready for Gremlin Knob. And still get 2 elites in the act. It's not crazy. But we're at pretty nearly full health, so I think we'll just take some damage here. If it's Gremlin Knob. And it's not. Corpse Explosion is a fine way to wake him up, but Bouncing Flask is slightly better, so I'll wait for Bouncing Flask. We could also exhaust Ascender's Bane, which has some small value associated with it. In that we don't have to draw it later. There, we can Bouncing Flask and wake him up with damage. Do 1 damage, exhaust Ascender's Bane. Develop 9 poison. Seems great. Morning, Coal Powered and Dora. How are you both doing? We're mainly trying to just block this fight and wait for the poison to kill him. So we're going to block as much as we can and maximize damage with the rest of the energy. I'm doing good. I started the day with a win streak. I won my last run with Watcher, so I rotated over to Ironclad with high hopes. Those hopes were dashed. With a promising looking run, too. I had a Clockwork Souvenir and a Toxic Egg, so the plan was to find a flex. I also had 2 copies of Limit Break Plus, but we got killed by a combination of not taking an Energy Relic at the end of Act 1, and what was the fight that killed us? I mean, technically it was Avocado, but the fight before that was the one where we really took a bunch of damage. We are taking a bunch of damage here. We'll block and do some damage. We don't have lethal, so we're waiting for poison to tick more. We still don't have lethal, awkwardly, so we're just going to block as much as we can, and poison kills him. That's right, it was the Mugger fight. Maybe we should have killed him with Bouncing Flask, Explosive Pot there. It only saves 8 damage with the Explosive Pot, so it could go either way on it. But we are pretty low, so... Bronze Scales is great. Seems like Sucker Punch would be pretty helpful. Not only against Gremlin Up, but also to develop some weak in other fights. Get rid of damage. Dagger Throw does more damage, but I think Sucker Punch is more important. Alright, we're definitely resting and not taking the Mega Elite here. Sorry for all the people hoping for 4 elites, but it's not going to happen. I think we're actually going to skip this event. We need the 7 HP more than we need to remove a strike. If we skip this, are we fighting an elite? I think no. I think we're both skipping this and going left. Maybe we take it just because we're going left. Since we're going left, we're taking no more elites in the act. So we get a chance to heal here. Yeah, okay. I'll remove the card. Ancient Tea set's good. Neutralize blocks a little bit. No Survivor, but we do have Defend and Bouncing Flask. Here's Survivor. Take Survivor, do some damage. Should be the fight. Yeah. Alright, well now we have to lose a potion. Ooh, Adrenaline or Crippling Cloud. Both excellent cards. Adrenaline's got to be better though, right? You get way fewer chances at Adrenaline than you do at Crippling Cloud. Although I do love Crippling Cloud. Yeah, we've had a bunch of turns where Corpse Explosion and Bouncing Flask are in the same hand, so we'll take Adrenaline to try and get ourselves out of that situation. Adrenaline is bad if we pick Snecko Eye. And not bad, but worse. If we pick Snecko Eye. It also doesn't do a lot of work against the heart. Or Time Lord. But Adrenaline is insane in hallway fights and turns a lot of losses into wins. So let's grab it. Is Liquid Memories better than Explosive Potion? Almost certainly. We can play Bouncing Flask twice. Attack Potion is pretty useful for Silent in an emergency because you can find a dash. You're saying no way to Liquid Memories being better than Explosive Pot? I disagree. Maybe we could have kept the attack bot. Yeah, that's fair. Bunch of question marks or a couple of fights. Let's take this question mark, and then we can choose to take a fight if we feel good. I don't want the regret here. I think we can take a fight. Big slime. Alright, tempted to do Sucker Punch, Survivor. Oh, we have Ancient Tea set, so we get to play a bunch of cards. Okay, so Sucker Punch and Survivor are happening. And then probably Corpse Explosion. We could do some math to see if Strike is appropriate given the Poison Tick situation, but I think that he has enough health that we probably want to strike him. Let's go ahead and Adrenaline. This is probably... we're trying to break him this turn. I guess we could avoid breaking him and block out. Since this is kind of a dead turn, we could wait around for Bouncing Flask. So 5 damage puts him at 39. He breaks at 34. So we can't strike him if we want to keep him alive this turn. I think I like keeping him alive. We do way more damage if we wait for Bouncing Flask. Oh, I forgot about Bronze Scales. Almost made a huge mistake. That is the best break we're getting. No Corpse Explosion in the discard, but there is Bouncing Flask. So we could Dagger Spray, Bouncing Flask, strike one. Let's keep it positive in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll go for the Bouncing Flask. There's a good chance that it is still lethal. It guaranteed kills at least one of them, so I think it's worth it. Alright, so we can kill him to block out for more. And Exhausted Slime take 8. Alright. Poison Stab develops some more poison to go with the other things. They're developing poison. Not quite the catalyst I was hoping for going for a fight, but that'll come eventually. Gotta trust the card rewards to deliver that. We haven't taken any defensive cards yet, other than Sucker Punch, kinda. But Deflect is probably not a good place to start. Let's go ahead and take Poison Stab so we can try and break Bronze Guardian before the big attack. Looks like we can turn 1 Corpse Explode here. Corpse Explode does 6, Dagger Spray does 8, so we can Corpse Explode on 13 health guy. They die on their turn, so even though Dagger Spray will develop all of their armor will expire, and then the poison will blow them up, so Corpse Explosion will kill them without hitting the armor. I think it's enough to go kill them through the armor anyway. Or actually, no, it's not quite. I could Adrenaline and Strike to try and get more guarantee, but I'm pretty confident this is how it works, so I'm just going to click on turn. And if I'm wrong, I'll be said. Yeah. Take Backflip. I don't believe there's a now option to choose an uncommon card. You can choose an uncommon colorless card. But I don't think there's a class-specific choose an uncommon, which is weird because there's a regular choose, which can give you rare cards, and then there's a choose rare card explicitly, but there's no uncommon, at least as far as I remember. Backflip seems like a reasonable first defensive card, and we need some defensive cards for Guardian. Okay, I think we need to heal. We need some more time to kill Guardian with poison. We're probably going to eat that first attack, unless this attack potion is really good. We have 5 energy, but we can use Adrenaline to draw more things and get more energy. I guess hoping to draw a thing to use energy on, and kind of failing. Attack Potion could get us a Poison Stab, which would do more damage if we play it this turn than next turn. I think we're definitely using it before we break him. Unless we just, next turn, have no chance of killing him. I guess even if it's a dash, then next turn Bouncing Flask breaks him. Whereas if I do it next turn, then dash doesn't break him, so I'll do it this turn. I guess Flechettes does the same thing. Okay. Any poison. Alright, that'll do. Maybe I should have taken the leg sweep, or the... what is it called? The extra energy one? Flying Knee. Maybe I should take Flying Knee so I could play both of these. I did not anticipate that coming. Bounce Flask is more damage. This doesn't do anything. Let's backflip, draw some more block. Or draw Bouncing Flask again. Okay. Alright, seems like we're on a good trajectory now. Take 1 with damage this turn. Great turn for weak. Don't really need 2 sources of it, but whatever. Alright, he is auto-breaking. Flechettes plus Corpse Explosion is the max damage. Double defend is more important than developing more poison, in my opinion. Trying to save life for next act. Neutralize blocks for 4 and makes me take 4. So I guess I'll take the 3 damage. Backflip, defend, sucker punch blocks out. Or wait, no, survivor, sucker punch blocks out. Defend, but we still take 2. Alright, and I think that's it. Oh, we need 1 damage next turn? Oh, we need 3 damage. Oh, wait. Bronze scales. Okay. Double explosion. Okay. Lame. I don't want any of these. We don't have enough deck control for Grand Finale to be good. Storm of Steel has absolutely no synergy. And Phantasmal Killer is just kind of a garbage card in general. I cannot remember the last time I picked... Oops. I think that restarts the reward phase and not the whole boss fight. But I'm not taking Phantasmal Killer. Yeah, okay. I meant to right-click on it so that I could see what the upgrade is, because I never take the cards, so I don't remember. Okay, yeah, we're just skipping all these, I think, unfortunately. Are you sure choose a card can't have a rare in it? I don't know if that's true. Slaver's Collar is nice. These are all energy relics. So we're kind of just picking the one where the downside seems the least dangerous. Downside of Runic Dome is people are unpredictable. The downside of Fusion Hammer is you never get to smith again. The downside of Slaver's Collar is you don't get an energy relic in hallway fights. I feel like I've gotten a rare from it. Also, technically, even on the very first floor, you can get a rare card because the chance of a rare card ticks up 1% per card. So I have seen a rare card on the far right of the very first floor reward. Maybe that was after taking a Niao card reward. It doesn't, because at the time I was like, that shouldn't be possible, but I have seen it happen. So maybe the wiki's wrong or something. I don't know what the deal is, but you can get a rare card on the very first card pick of the game. Maybe it increments before you see the card or something. Does it not tick up if you see an uncommon card? We should take Runic Dome just for revenge for last run. Let's see. I like Slaver's Collar. The Bronze Scales is pretty good in versus Act 2 elites because we have Book of Stabbing and the Gremlin Leader all have multi-attacks. It's not super good against Slavers, but yeah, I don't think that's the situation. I feel like you can just get a rare from the first floor without specifically choosing a card reward from Niao, but maybe that was the situation. I don't know. I wouldn't swear by it, but I'm suspicious of the math that's posted on the wiki. I've played so many Slaver's Collar runs where I like die in a hallway fight. The downside of that is super meaningful. But Runic Dome is often really difficult to pull off with silent runs because a lot of the time you're relying on intangible for your block, and it's very difficult to tell when you're supposed to be intangible if you can't tell what the enemy's going to do. So maybe just Fusion Hammer. But then if we get a Catalyst, we can't upgrade it. We also have 0 upgrades so far. We like rested at every campsite. Yeah, I think if we pick Fusion Hammer, we die much later. But I think the other ones are more dangerous, so we'll pick it. Try and survive. Okay, champ. So we gotta find a catalyst, basically. Upgraded catalyst would be great. Burst could work too. Nightmare. We have a bunch of money, so we can go to a shop. We kind of don't want to go to this shop, because then we're forced into another shop immediately. We can just go these 2 fights, these 2 question marks, and then a shop. Which seems fine. And then we can either get a fire before an elite before a fire, or we can dodge the elites altogether and go for a fire. Okay. Avocado, our nemesis from last run. We can block for 10, develop 9 poison, and become frail, take 11. Or we can develop some decks so that we're taking 7 instead of 11. I definitely don't mind trying to save a little bit of health in this fight. This fight tends to be pretty hard. So let's try that. Let's draw some cards and develop weak, and apparently just block. Just spend the whole turn blocking. Okay, we have poison ticking, so I'm okay with that arrangement. Let's backflip and draw some more block. That seems like enough. We could Sucker Punch to take 0, or we can Bouncing Flask to end the fight sooner. If we Sucker Punch, we also get to Poison Stab. We don't do any health damage, well, we don't do any plated armor damage, so we only get the 3 poison. So I think I'll take the 9 poison instead. Take 4? Maybe Sucker Punch is right. So if we do 9 poison, he goes up to 16. We can probably end the fight in like 3 turns. If we Sucker Punch, Poison Stab, he goes up to 10 poison. It might take 5 turns from there. So we take 4 damage, but we end the fight potentially 2 turns sooner, which seems valuable. More valuable than 4 health. Neutralize, defend is the most block. And then we can guarantee the fight ends the next turn. Okay. I think it's Piercing Wail time. Piercing Wail is an excellent defensive option. It's up against Deadly Poison, which is a decent damage card. But we already have some damage. Stick Piercing Wail. Here's a great fight for Piercing Wail. Also a great fight for Corpse Explosion. Let's see what we get with Adrenaline. We could knock a bird down with Dagger Spray, double attack. But I think we probably just want to Survivor Defend instead. Develop Corpse Explosion and Poison Stab on one of them. I guess Poison Stab... I guess it does more damage than Dagger Spray. We are going to have to do 1 damage to him. Oh wait, never mind. We have Bronze Cats. Totally forgot about that. He is taking 8, so he's at 9. Can we do 9 to him? We can't, unless Bouncing Flask says so. What? We could still do 6 to him, so then when he hits us for 15, he kills himself and everybody else. I believe that saves more health than double defend. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. He's only hitting us for 11 too. Okay, go ahead and blow up your friends. Noxious Fumes is great in this deck. Sure. we're going to dodge this shop, try to turn into a vampire. Goes to work. We don't really need to heal for 6 right now, so let's look for a catalyst. No catalyst. There's an adrenaline available, as well as a tactician and reflex that you would expect to see in your standard issue library. This is a pretty crummy library, not just because it's missing a catalyst. There's like nothing I want to pick here other than the adrenaline. Hi T1. I guess the piercing whale's pretty good. But piercing whale's also a common, so I think I'll take a second adrenaline here. Sorry, you were a little bit late with your comment, Bane. I don't think we need more damage commons. Probably. How many question marks are going to this act? It seems like we're in okay shape right now, so we'll probably take an elite and then a fire. So I'm probably going this way, and then maybe this. We're definitely doing this question mark, so we're only doing one more question mark in the act. So definitely not taking tiny chest. Probably doing a card remove and oddly smooth stone. So let's go ahead and get started on that. And then we've got 142 left. We have 4 energy, so we could take Skewer, I suppose. Skewer and a power pot, probably. Oh wait, we can't afford that. That's too much. You think this deck is looking solid? I don't know. I'm afraid of the fusion hammer. Because we're never getting upgrades on any of this, and that includes the apparitions. I think we're gonna peter out towards the end of Act 2. Yeah, Forge Pot's pretty decent, especially given the intangibles. I haven't really incorporated that into my mental model of the deck yet, but now that I took a look at here, upgrading these is pretty important. Okay, let's grab that. Do Caltrops. I guess we have bronze scales, so the Caltrops slot is kind of taken care of. Yeah, Mind Bloom for upgrade all is probably something we would take. We didn't turn into a vampire, so we don't really care about healing. We would need to take we need to come into that event with very high current health, but yeah, I think we're good here. All right. It's a good chance we die at this elite. This is not. All we have to do is miss apparitions, and we're in trouble. But hey, gotta take some risks. Okay, we got a turn 1 apparition during a multi-attack, which seems good. If we adrenaline, we can draw more apparitions, which we don't necessarily want. But actually, we can spend all our energy pretty efficiently this turn. We can apparition, defend, poison stab, sucker punch. We could adrenaline to draw 2 cards and then upgrade them if there's too many apparitions. Or we could upgrade now to get an extra energy. But you do get extra energy, right? Yeah. We don't really need the extra energy. Although it would let me play the cards that adrenaline draws. If we need extra energy, we also have an energy potion, so. Let's adrenaline first. Let's see what we draw. Okay, we did draw apparition. I think I feel pretty fine playing both apparitions. Actually, can he attack twice in a row? Let's find out. Got an elite in Act 2. Criminal leader. Cannot use the same move twice in a row. So since he's attacking this turn, he cannot be attacking next turn. So we should use the Blessing of the Forge so that we don't have to use both apparitions. Okay, so we'll use one apparition. We can kill Sneaky Gremlin right now with Poison Stab. Or we can develop damage on Gremlin Wizard. But it's tempting because it's exact lethal right now. We have enough energy that we can do a defend because we're not playing both apparitions. Let's go ahead and put the damage on Gremlin Wizard because he's scary. And then get the weak on Gremlin Leader. That's true, Survivor could have discarded apparition. Yes, that does work. Okay, let's Adrenaline. And now we wish we could discard the apparition, but we can't. I didn't think about that as much as I did on turn 1. I think we're going to keep Sneaky Gremlin alive for Corpse Explosion next turn. So we'll just go ahead and Apparition, double strike on Gremlin Leader, and defend. He takes 3 damage from the Bronze Scales. Thanks for the follow, Count Moo. Somebody told me like a long time ago that those follow sounds were too loud, and I just heard it, and it was too loud. So I'm going to see if I can turn that down really quick. Nope. I'm gonna have to dig into it for a second. I apologize, those are going to continue being loud. It is, I mean, it's supposed to be loud, it's supposed to be like hearable, but it's too loud, I think. Alright, we're done with this turn. Come on, give me Corpse Explosion. Alright. So Corpse Explosion on you, and then neutralize for block. And I guess we want to block here. This could be the energy pot, but Bouncing Flask isn't super efficient because it can hit Sneaky Gremlin. So I think we just defend and Dagger Spray for a little bit of damage. Maybe my ears just popped or something and I didn't notice because it seems like everything's loud now. Okay, not much to say about that turn. Get down Noxious Fumes. We can kill another one with Corpse Explosion Dagger Spray here. I wish I could land Corpse Explosion on the leader. Maybe the time has come for being really aggressive, like Corpse Explosion Defend plus Dagger Spray. Dagger Spray does 8 AoE damage, so he would be down to 10. So he takes 2, then 3, and doesn't die. And for the trouble, we are gaining 6 poison on Gremlin Leader, so he goes up to 11. It's still a 6-turn clock for him. It's quite long. Yeah, I don't think I mind this too much. Yeah, we're getting there. We only need 5 damage, and we got it. Okay. One really bad turn, but the rest of the fight was okay. We survived it. I always forget the name of Whetstone, and now that I'm seeing Whetstone, I forget what the name of the other one is. The skill one. There's our Catalyst. It's unupgraded, but I think we have to take it anyway. Warpaint, thank you. So this helps us get a little bit of a comeback from Fusion Hammer. Hey look, both non-basics. Probably need to heal here. just in case. Go back up to 20. Piercing Wail's great here. We have 6 energy, so let's backflip and find some more cards to play. We're already blocked out. I'm a little bit afraid of adrenalining. Act 2 recall. So I think we will pass on adrenaline here. Just because we don't want to draw apparitions yet. Speaking of drawing apparitions at a bad time, here's apparition. It literally doesn't do anything, but I guess I'll play it. I'll go ahead and double apparition. Actually, let's use the energy potion here. We get pretty good use out of it. Double apparition, defend, bouncing flask, catalyst. I guess we're only getting 3 health out of it, so maybe we need more than that. Recalling gives you the key, the red one. Yeah, I guess I want more than 3 health out of an energy potion. I don't like energy potions very much, but it's got to be worth more than 3 health. There's a crippling cloud. Yeah, okay. It's a good tool for the tool belt. I think we want the fire over the fight. Ooh, Centennial Puzzle's good. Especially with intangibles. Yeah, it's either rest or recall, right? So I'll keep resting. Thanks to we'll call it Fusion Hammer. I don't think I want to take Shame right before an elite fight. Resting for 9 is fine. I mean, we're a ghost, right? So it doesn't hurt that much. It heals you for a percentage of your max HP. That's all it does. It is low value compared to like a regeneration potion suddenly, but that's just how the game works. Yeah, I definitely want to buy a relic, I think. If we take the elite, we're forced into a shop, and then it'll be a shop with like 50 gold, but our HP is low because we're a silent, so we start with 69, and then we did Golden Idol, so we lost 6 more, and then we became a ghost, so now we're down to 30. Sure, Penib, okay, not very good. We badly need apparitions in this fight, and we got them right away, so that's really good. Corpse Explosion, Noxious Fumes, does a lot of damage, and I'm not going to backflip because I don't want to draw a card I can't play. Although I suppose I could have played it with Energy Potion. What does being a ghost do? It adds these to your deck, so you get to become intangible, so that all sources of damage do 1 damage. Let's try and draw something a little bit more meaningful to do this turn. A little bit too early for Catalyst, I think. How about we use the Swift Pot to try and draw another source of poison, so that then we can Catalyst and feel good about it. There we go. Bouncing Flask is the better of the two. Still not super excited about 32 poison, but I guess I'll take what I can get. And then I guess we defend over Sucker Punch. I don't want to take 3. Not a great turn for Piercing Wail. It looks like this is the Centennial Puzzle turn, because it's hard to block. And we have lots of high damage stuff. And maybe we can get a kill this turn. We need to do 11 damage. Yeah, looks like we can. Well, that was a great Book of Stabbing fight. Oh, you should definitely take take the things that lower your max HP. Becoming a vampire and a ghost are among the best things that you can do during Act 2. It's of value equivalent to like 2 or 3 relics, I would say, in terms of win rate. Wraithform is great. Wraithform kind of does what the deck's trying to do, trying to be spooky ghost. It's not upgraded, obviously, but we'll make do. Okay, let's see what we can do with 88 gold. Not much. Backflip's not bad. By a deadly poison. I think we're kind of full on poison damage. We've got Corpse Explosion, Bouncing Flask, Poison Stab, Catalyst, and Crippling Cloud, and Noxious Fumes. So we got like one of each of the poison cards. With the exception of Deadly Poison. I guess if we got Deadly Poison, we would have, I think, literally every poison card. We'd have one copy of every single one. Is there an exception? No, I think we have every single poison card if we take Deadly Poison. Normally you miss out on Corpse Explosion, but we already have Corpse Explosion. We are missing Clockwork Souvenir, which is a huge deal, especially with Wraithform already in the deck. But there's nothing we can do about that. It's happening. Can't afford card remove. We could buy a potion, but it's either Flex Pot or Speed Pot. I guess Speed Pot's probably better than Energy Potion, but it's not so much better that I'm excited to spend 55 gold and throw away an Energy Potion. So I think it's between Backflip and Deadly Poison. So the way the bites replace your strikes is you just lose all your strikes and you gain 5 bites. So if you have 2 strikes left, you still get 5 bites. If you have no strikes, still get 5 bites. Which is kind of good and kind of bad, because it could change the attack density of the deck pretty dramatically, especially if you Pandora's boxed. Okay, so we're against Champ in like 2 fights. Our Catalyst is only going to do double damage. Does Deadly Poison help us get there? I think it does, maybe. Champ is really tough for Poison decks to pull off, so I think we're going to have to lean into it a little bit. Okay. Apparition's totally useless this turn. I think we're going to try and poison Cultist, and then maybe Corpse Explosion him. Okay. Might as well Catalyst him too. I guess Poison Stab now blocks for 4. Or wait, either one of these blocks for 4. And Dagger Spray hits Chosen too. So let's do that. We can go ahead and block her out. Hopefully set her up to die next turn. Just need 3 damage. No. Maybe? Yes. Great. Alright, 0 damage Chosen Cultist fight. It's pretty good. Don't mind that at all. Slice Plus and Flying Knee Plus. Also Terror. It doesn't seem like it's a Terror deck. But it is hard to ignore that we have taken a couple of backflips. Oh wait, we took 1 backflip and then the other one we decided to take Deadly Poison instead. We do have a Pen Nib active though, so things like Slice and Flying Knee, which both sort of cost 0. Slice literally costs 0. Flying Knee costs 0 over 2 turns. Are kind of hard to ignore because they help to charge up Pen Nib. I'm not sure what our Pen Nib payoff card is. It seems to be Dagger Spray plus at the moment, which is kind of embarrassing. So I think we skip these. Blessing of the Forge is pretty nice with the intangibles. Is that better than either of these? I think it is. I think we need to upgrade that Catalyst. So let's throw away the Distilled Chaos, because we can't play the Catalyst early, and take the Blessing of the Forge. Okay, I feel a little bit better about Champ now. It was a pretty good, good reward. We are wasting some healing, so we could recall here. It's not like 5 health is really going to save us if Champ starts bashing our faces. Alright, let's go for it. Speaking of Champ bashing in our faces, he is wasting no time. Getting into it right away. But we've got enough block, and we can get in a little bit of damage. Charge up our Pen Nib. This is a terrible turn for an apparition, but we can't Blessing of the Forge yet because we don't have Catalyst. So I guess we just do it anyway. Take 1, proc Centennial Puzzle, develop a Bouncing Flask and Noxious Fumes. Seems okay. Maybe we can hit both Wraith Form and Catalyst with Forge Pot later. It's a shame. That was the Centennial Puzzle, and I would hope Centennial Puzzle draws me the big hand. I get to use Blessing of the Forge on the most cards. That did not end up happening because there's no Catalyst here. I guess I can Adrenaline and look for Catalyst. There's a 1 in 6 chance of getting it. I could get the other Apparition though, which would make me a little bit sad. I think I'll risk it. We did get it. Okay. Well, there we go. Blessing of the Forge. Probably using an Apparition this turn as well. So then the turn is Apparition, Corpse Explosion, Crippling Cloud. I mean, if you're in a bad situation and you have to high roll to win, then you might as well roll the dice, right? And when they roll high, you look like a genius. Yeah, I think we care just about getting the max poison here. There's an argument to be made for just Energy Pot to Catalyst now. I think we need to wait for another shuffle. Yeah, exactly. I'm willing to take that blame. Yeah, we need to shuffle again. And we need to continue high rolling. That looks good. Okay, so he's taking 44 and he's not near breaking, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's go ahead and neutralize him and backflip. Oh, he's already weak. Alright then, I guess we're gonna defend and take some damage. We could Energy Pot and Wraith Form. I think if we do that, we lose the fight. We need to stretch it out a little bit longer, and we could survive this hit. It just hurts. I think we need the damage more than we need to keep the weak up. Actually, it's only 1 damage. There's no way that's worth it. I'll keep the weak. So we're hoping to draw a Catalyst this turn. Still hoping. No. Okay, so we're guaranteed to draw Catalyst next turn. So next turn we can Bouncing Flask, Catalyst, and get 1 proc worth of damage. Is that going to be enough? He's going to be at 51, 60, 180. It's not nothing. We could get there. Alright, so then we like Apparition, Defend, double strike this turn. Actually, we don't need to Apparition this turn, we can just block out. Okay, so now he's trying to heal, and we get 1 more tick of poison, and we're gonna make that 1 count. Bye, champ. That meat on the bone proc also healed us to full health, or from half to almost full, which is pretty insane. Unload starts to scale down a little bit in Act 3, so I'm not super excited about that. Storm of Steel would be exciting if I already had Envenom, and it was like bottled and upgraded, but I don't. So I think this is another disappointing boss card reward. We skip here again. That's true. We can discard our unupgraded apparitions, our perpetually unupgraded apparitions, I might add. I suppose if we want to pick a card specifically for doing that, Unload is probably the pick. But I think we don't do that. We have Snecko Eye deck? Envenom is not good. We don't have very many attacks. We have the 3 strikes, Dagger Spray, Neutralize, and Sucker Punch, and I think that's it. Oh, Poison Stab. So we have like very limited abilities to proc Envenom. Also, it's a 2 mana power, so it's just hard to play. Sacred Bark is good. We could Sacred Bark and hope that we find a Ghost in a Jar. Even if it was upgraded, I don't think I would have taken it. Although if it's upgraded, that means that I have a Frozen Egg, which means that my Wraith form might have been upgraded, which would have been a little bit of a different deck. If we were running a Shiv deck, then this would be really strong, but we're not, so it's not. So it's one of these two. These are both probably better than Skip. Actually, they're all better than Skip, since this is no downside. But Sacred Bark is significantly better than Wristblade, so we're not considering Wristblade. It's really just, how good are we with Snecko Eye? We got a bunch of cards that cost more than 1 already. Corpse Explosion, Bouncing Flask, Wraith Form, Crippling Cloud. That's the complete list. We've got a couple of cards that draw Backflip, Double Adrenaline. Which is all well and good. We don't have Well-Laid Plans. Well-Laid Plans is kind of cool with Snecko Eye, because you can get a 0-cost Wraith form and keep it around forever. Let's see, what else does Sacred Bark do? Sacred Bark, like, makes Regen Pot absolutely busted. Fudgy Pudgies, did you play before the nerf to Well-Laid Plans? It used to be so good. It used to cost 0 mana, or energy. It's like, it's still very good now, but before it was just unbelievable. Yeah, it was insane. If we're still a deck that needs to get like super lucky to win the game, maybe we just pick Snecko Eye and hope. May make a Dest become high cost in a turn. I don't know what you mean by Dest. We do rely on Corpse Explosion to help us solve hallway fights, and as the deck grows, because we're up to nearly 30 cards now, it gets harder and harder to find that Corpse Explosion. So having Snecko Eye makes it easier to find Corpse Explosion. I'd say this is a reasonably sized deck. I wouldn't say this is a big one. I think I'll take Snecko Eye. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know. We don't have that much more room to add stuff. Also, apparitions do tend to make the deck a little bit oversized, because that event just adds 3 cards. I didn't realize this until like a couple weeks ago, but before Ascension 15, the Council of Ghosts event gives you 5 copies of Apparition. God, that would be nice. Can you imagine? Just being a ghost forever. We have 4 energy. Oh, really? Maybe you're playing on low Ascension? Boy, this is a tough one. These are both totally reasonable. There's really no reason to pick one over the other. I'm going to pick Snecko Eye. Snecko Eye draws you through the deck faster, and this deck is pretty reliant on getting Corpse Explosion for hallway fights and Catalyst for bigger fights. In Act 3, you honestly need Catalyst for hallway fights a lot of the time too, for like Orb Guardians and stuff. And Snecko Eye draws so many cards that you're more likely to get to them. So I think Snecko Eye. It's a combo deck. Okay, Awakened one first, and then somebody else. We have to go this way, because we need to get the Mega Elite. So let's do this. Darklings. Darklings have a weird relationship with Corpse Explosion, which I feel like I need to explain because we're here and Corpse Explosion is in hand. The Darklings don't trigger the fatal keyword unless it's the last Darkling to die, which prevents you from cheesing them with Hand of Greed. But they do trigger Corpse Explosion when any of them dies. So that's the plan. Okay, we'll play the 0-cost stuff. Great, we have Apparition. We could Wraithform just like right now. I think we do. I think we just Wraithform, Poison Stab, Strike. I guess Strike Sucker Punch does more damage. Or Sucker Punch Strike. Whatever, doesn't matter. And we should get there before our Intangible wears off. I guess we just play both Apparitions. Make sure that Intangible stays on. Okay, we don't really need Catalyst in the fight. Fight should be over, in fact. That is it. There's the insane value of Regen Pot. When you're at 30 max HP, Regen Pot heals you for a huge fraction of your total health. This would be our second piercing whale, is that correct? Yes, I'll take a second piercing whale. Is this too expensive? I actually don't think it is. I don't think I'm going to this shop. Well, maybe I do want to go to that shop. Yeah, if I go to this shop, I get a shop and a question mark versus getting just a question mark and an extra hallway fight. Because we're going to one of these two fires. The problem is that weak doesn't really do very much. The main reason for taking this is to remove Act 4 Elite artifact charges and potentially Donudeka. The first Act 3 boss is Awakened One. The second one has a 50% chance of being Donudeka. I think if it costs 80, I would just do it. But it costs 167, which is more than that. We could also run into a surprise shop here, which would be upsetting. Yeah, I think we do it. The first turn of the combat is one of our most vulnerable turns, even though we got the extra draw from Ring of the Snake. We still haven't had time to... I guess we don't have any footwork or anything, huh? Normally Silent, you're trying to set up footwork on turn 1. If you already get the red mask, it just gives you a bunch of money. Huh, this is kind of inconsistent. There's some other situations where when you hover over this locked option, it tells you what the thing is. But this time it doesn't. I guess maybe because you can hover over this option and it tells you what it is. Weird. Let's see, are there other Act 3 fights where removing artifact charges matters? Reptomancer, Giant Head, and Nemesis, none of them have artifact charges, so it doesn't matter for any of the elites. Yeah, it's only Donudeka and Spire elites, Act 4 elites. But then the weak actually does block for us on turn 1. So it blocks for us so that we can set up like corpse explosions and stuff on turn 1, which seems important, so I think I'll pay for it. Tesseract is expensive because we have very low max HP, but I think I'll take 2 cards. We're looking for Sadistic Thingamajig here, but we didn't find it. I think I'll take Dark Shackles. It seems fine. Forethought does not work with Snecko Eye. And Mayhem is a little bit too chaotic with Catalyst. So I think we skip here. We could take the bomb, actually. And the bomb costs 1.5 on average instead of 2. We are a little bit light on damage because that Catalyst is never getting upgraded. I don't hate the bomb. Yeah, 1.5 cost is the sort of average cost for Snecko Eye things. Obviously, no individual card costs 1.5, but the sort of uncollapsed waveform of a card about to be drawn occupies a 1.5 cost average. That made me start thinking about what the standard deviation of a undrawn Snecko Eye card is. And then I realized that is insane. It's a uniform distribution. There's no reason to even think about it that way. I think we just skip here. Whispering Voices. Madness. Doesn't really work with Snecko Eye. Losing 2 max HP doesn't hurt that much. Writhe also doesn't hurt that much because we are playing Silent, so we draw a bunch of cards on turn 1. So we could take a curse. That would be something we could do with this late shop. Probably have enough gold to remove it by then. Actually, maybe not. We have 0 right now. We're only doing 3 fights. We probably won't have enough. But healing for 6 is actually pretty huge. Healing for 6 is like a campsite here. So I think I'll do this. Orb Walker. Do we want to play the cheap apparition or the expensive one? We could play neither, I suppose. Just Survivor. We definitely want to play Poison Stab. I guess we'll just play both. So that we have Intangible for next turn. No block this turn, so we're getting our Centennial Puzzle procced. And our Bell Rung. It seems like the best line here is Apparition and Corpse Explosion, so I guess I'll do that. We can pretend this is the Rare Relic fight. There are 2 of them. And the Corpse Explosion will actually matter. Let's see what the more cards are. We can go into Wraith form this turn if we want. We also have a Defend available. I think this is Bouncing Flask Catalyst Wraith form. So we'll go up to 32, which is plenty. Yeah, Wraith form survives until the fight's over. We still take a couple of damage. But not enough that it matters. We could have considered trying to stretch this fight out until we're at 15 and we heal to 27. But I think that plan is insane. Because Orb Walker is very likely to just kill you if you try to mess around with it like that. Orb Walker is not a toy. Blessing of the Forge is great. We honestly might need to carry a Blessing of the Forge into like the second boss fight. We're probably okay without like a Catalyst combo against Awakened One. Honestly, Awakened One might just kill us though. We might just need Catalyst combo to get through it. But the really dangerous one is Time Lord. Time Lord's super dangerous for whatchamacallit, poison decks, especially ones without like a burst catalyst combo, because he resets his poison. I suppose Donu deck is also dangerous because they can be difficult to get poison down against, but most poison decks are capable of removing those artifact charges by the time they get there. The only issue is, can they do it fast enough? So I would love to keep the energy potion. It's pretty good with Snecko Eye, but we're gonna have to discard it for the Blessing of the Forge. Dash Plus is actually kind of interesting. We don't have a ton of block, and Dash Plus blocks for 13. Costs the same as every other Snecko Eye card. We have 2 Piercing Wails, a Backflip, and a bunch of Defends. So I guess welcome to the deck, Dash. I was not expecting you, but whatever. I'll take it. We are not allowed to recall or smith, so we will rest. I guess that kind of calls into question the value of the Writhe here, but whatever. Probably want to proc Corpse Explosion on one of these daggers before we proc it on Rectomancer herself. So let's clear some hand size by spending these 2. And then Adrenaline, I guess? Both of the Adrenalines cost 2, which sucks. But I guess I have to play one. Snecko Eye is not happy with us, I don't know why. Okay, so it's probably Backflip and Crippling Cloud, which I believe blocks out. These go down to 6 damage, yeah. Ooh. I guess we're wasting an Apparition because it doesn't really do anything right now. We could Adrenaline and hope to draw a 0 or 1 cost Survivor to keep the apparition. We're more likely to draw another apparition and get deeper into the hole than we already get out of it. Oh wait, they're already weak, so Crippling Cloud actually doesn't block, like I was thinking it does, because of Red Mask. So if we Crippling Cloud, we actually take 6 damage, which is quite a bit. I think I would prefer not to do that, so I guess I'll Apparition. Fine. Alright, we found the Corpse Explosion in the nick of time. Corpse Explosion Dagger Spray is pretty good. And then we Piercing Wail to block some of the Reptomancer damage. I hesitate to ask, but if we do this line, do we die? We kill all the daggers, but then Reptomancer is still hitting us for 16 times 2 and killing us. Oh wait, it's not 16. She's not weakened, she is Piercing Wailed, so she does 14 times 2 and we survive. Yikes. It's a lot of damage. Yeah, I guess we have meat on the bone. Well, okay then. I mean, this is Strength Reptomancer, right? Like, you kinda, this happens sometimes. She has a big multi-attack. She knows how to use it. So we have to do this, for sure. And then we have to do at least 3 damage to him. And it seems like, why wouldn't you use Dagger Spray to do that 3 damage? We could Apparition, that's true. I guess that if we Apparition, we actually don't quite blow up these daggers, because he dies to his own attack, and then these guys both survive with 1 HP. Okay, so if we're thinking about this clearly, we're either surviving at 2 HP, because Piercing Wail interacts with Reptomancer, or we're surviving this by taking 6 damage. So we probably want to take just 6 damage, right? Oh, actually, these do die, because they hit me and then take Oddly Smooth Stun. Or not Oddly Smooth Stun. Bronze Scales damage. Okay, so let's Apparition. I think this is a way better plan. We're also proccing our Centennial Puzzle this turn. Okay. Now we have a 0-cost Apparition, which is convenient, I suppose. If we can block out, we can actually discard it. Whoa. Discard it with Survivor. We could block for 23 plus 12. 23 plus 12 is 35. So then we take 3. Yeah, I think I'd rather discard Apparition and get it later than playing it now. Plus we have 4 energy. I guess that means we can't play Noxious Fumes, huh? We could Dark Shackles as well. It's not a multi-attack turn. So it seems kind of wrong to not to Dark Shackles on it. Yeah, so maybe we just Noxious Fumes, Deadly Poison, Apparition, and try to hurry up a little bit. Yeah, I think I like that. So we can't wait around too long, or else she'll get her daggers back. Okay, get some poison ticking on her. I think we just Catalyst now. We could Blessing of the Forge if we are afraid. Blessing of the Forge means that she goes to 36 poison instead of 24. I think if we do that, though, we lose the run. So let's do it this way. Alright, we can dagger spray to do 12 AoE and then dash to kill either dagger. That seems good. And then defend. And we're at 44, taking 47. So we have to Blessing in the Forge or die. Or I mean, regen pot or die. Do we die either way? We don't. Great. Okay, well this is looking really dangerous. But we're slightly surviving. And she is taking a lot of damage, so we might get there. We might get there and just like meat on the bone and forget this ever happened. So we have to survive 18 damage this turn. We can do that pretty easily with Piercing Wail and Backflip. The last two cards also contains a Backflip, or wait, a Piercing Wail. So we could, there's no point in saving the Piercing Wail for next turn. There is no next turn. We win if we survive this one. So we can just Piercing Wail, defend. Walk away slowly. You guys are doing how much damage? What? No thanks. Alright. I'll go back up to 23 after almost dying. Well, that was close. That's the life of a ghost, I suppose. You can get, we went from 29 to 4 health that turn. We're almost certainly taking Bottled Lightning. Okay, hearing you out, Red McGee, go for it. What's our turn 1 skill we need the most? Is it Adrenaline? Is it Piercing Wail? Maybe it's Crippling Cloud. Bottled Catalyst. That's bold. Correct poison order. Galaxy Brain. What do you mean though? I don't understand. Clearly that's absolutely wrong, right? I think probably Corpse Explosion is the pick. It's not the biggest poison thing we have, that's Bouncing Flask. Actually, probably Bouncing Flask, huh? I don't think that's how you should think about shuffling. Yeah, I think I'll do Bouncing Flask here. We could do an Apparition, I suppose. We do get attacked on turn 1 by Awakened One. Corpse Explosion is better for hallway fights. Also, we want to land Corpse Explosion on a Cultist in the Awakened One fight. Adrenaline is fine, but we already draw a bunch of cards turn 1 with Ring of the Snake, and Adrenaline can cost like 2, so it's not a super appealing card to play. Also, it seems really important to get the poison going early. I think we'll go with Corpse Explosion, just because... No, maybe Bouncing Flask. I think Corpse Explosion, just to make sure I survive the Awakened One fight. Or to try and survive the Awakened One fight. I'm nowhere near making sure, but to help me survive. Okay. It's a good thing that he is not cursing, because we don't have any attacks in hand. Let's set him up with some poison and block all the stuff he's doing. Piercing Wail seems good here. We can go ahead and do both of these without changing his attack. Actually, I guess I'll just Dark Shackles instead. Dark Shackles should reduce his damage to 0. A bottled card does still get a randomized cost from Snecko, unfortunately. There's some sort of inconsistent behavior. Cards that add cards to your deck at the beginning of the game do not get their cost randomized. So, for example, Ninja Scroll, they continue to cost 0. And the way that... I guess I don't have any innate cards, but the way that innate cards are phrased makes it sound like they get added to your deck, but they don't. They get drawn first. Although they don't quite exactly get drawn first either, because if you if say you're an Ironclad deck and somehow you have 6 innate cards, you actually draw 6 cards on your first turn instead of 5, because you get all of the innate cards. So it's kind of a wacky set of interactions. Okay, I think we just double Apparition here. We can't discard them. If I dash, he might change his mind and decide to curse me. So just double Apparition and take 1. Oh wait, we don't have to take 1, we can defend. Great. We could Catalyst, but doesn't seem like there's a good reason to do so. Okay, we could discard this Apparition, but we've already got sort of 1 rolling intangible, so might as well just keep it going. Develop some poison. This doesn't change his mind and keeps the poison going, so let's do that. And block out. Let's try and find Catalyst now. Nope, no Catalyst. We could backflip to draw Catalyst, but then if Catalyst costs 3, we're screwed. Let's try it anyway. Hey, it costs 1. That's neat. Okay, great. Did we perfect that fight, or did we take 1 damage or something? Either way, it seems good. No curse, certainly. Finisher's kind of interesting, actually. Oh wait, no. I thought Finisher was the one that counted skills, because we have a bunch of skills, and Stecco Eye makes us draw a bunch, and we have Pen Nib, so if we get that attack per skill thing and it's upgraded, Flechette's, yeah, Flechette's Pen Nib is a thing. It's not a damage cap turn, but it, you know, it helps. It'll get you there. I think we're not adding any of these to the deck. Prepared's actually kind of interesting. Prepared's a way for us to discard our unupgraded apparitions. Yeah, exactly. Fudgy just got it. Although prepared itself ends up costing some energy most of the time. But card draw effects are really good with Snecko Eye, so I think I'll grab it. I believe we have to take Key here. Ouch, that hurts. Really wish I didn't have to take Key here. Oh well. Okay, so now we choose, do we go to the store with an extra question mark, or do we just go to a question mark and an extra fight? Let's go to the extra fight. We could get extra potion at a fight, and there's going to be an Act 4 store anyway if we're going to win the run. Which I don't know if we are, but we've made it this far, so maybe. There's a chance. Keeping that chance alive. Oh. Well, now we want to go to the store. Can I change? Gee. Why? Okay. Well, that's step 1 on my master plan of dying with a whole bunch of money. So, stay tuned for step 2 of that plan. Do we play Corpse Explosion and take 16 this turn? Surely not, right? Surely we just Apparition. Snecko Eye has decided we only get to play 1 card this turn. Unless we want to play Noxious Fumes Catalyst. That's the Galaxy Brain play that Snecko Eye is trying to tell us about. Yeah, I mean, I guess if we have to play one card, Apparition's a pretty reasonable one. We're going to end up with these Exploders exploding, though, if we don't hurt them. I guess we have Intangible, though, so maybe we don't care about... maybe we don't care. Oh, we can play Defend, that's true. I missed that. Since our block is mostly powered by Intangible, maybe we don't care about Exploders exploding. Maybe we just let them go. Noxious Fumes Defend is actually pretty good, though, because then we take 10. 10's a lot, but we go to 13, which is, like, right below our meat on the bone breakpoint. So if we take 0 for the rest of the fight after that, then we're in good shape. Also, Noxious Fumes helps us remove these stupid artifact charges. Alright, I think we're going to do it. We also draw some extra cards next turn, so with good chance of being a ghost later. Yeah, perfect. 0 cost Apparition. Okay. So we need to find 2 Apparitions so that we are intangible next turn. We can Apparition Wraith form right now and guarantee that we're intangible during the Exploder turn. And then just pretend these guys are already dead and focus on Spirit Guardian. Neutralize also removes a weak charge. And then we can backflip and look for poison. I'll take another Apparition, sure. Poison. No. I guess damage does something? Kinda? Probably doesn't matter, but maybe it does. Alright, here we go. Poison for you, poison for you. And then I guess I'll block. That's a weird fight. Who would have thought? Letting Exploders explode in 2020. Okay. I think the deck's full, no room for Poison Stab. Deflect Plus is kind of interesting. But no, I don't think so. Not with Snecko Eye. Riddle with Holes reduces the cost of Riddle with Holes on average. Snecko Eye reduces the cost of Riddle with Holes on average. We have to rest here because we've taken too many things that restrict our ability to do other things. Okay, Corpse Explosion is kind of a god here. We're always going to dash. Maybe we try and Corpse Explode a Repulsor so that we do a little bit of extra damage, because they have 35 max HP. I think they probably don't care about that extra damage. So hit the Exploder. We're already blocked out, but I'll go ahead and go looking for some other stuff. Let's make sure the Exploder dies. And then we can go ahead and Adrenaline again. Darn. Neutralize on him makes him actually die to the Exploder's Corpse Explosion. Okay, so these are both dying before they attack, so we don't care. We are missing an Apparition. We could Apparition and then just stab the Spiker to draw some cards with Centennial Puzzle. Take 1 damage. I'm not sure what cards I really need to draw, though. So I think we just chill. I could develop some poison on him, though, which would be kind of nice. Let's see, he's taking 33... and actually 35 because of the poison. Yeah, okay. I mean, it makes the apparition do something, right? Okay. Yeah, and then we'll try to keep Pendib set up for next fight, I think. I don't think we need to play any more attacks. Sneko agrees. No more attacks need to be played. First dash was good. I think second dash is probably not good. Acrobatics is insane. Acrobatics plus with Sneko Eye and unupgraded apparitions. I'll take that. Now we're a 34 card deck though, so I guess I'm glad I get some more card draw. We have Pendib Dash on turn 1, which should help trigger Corpse Explosion quite quickly. Can we trigger it right now? 26 plus 6 is 32, plus 6 is 38, so no. But whatever. We'll do it on the one with the most health, so they all die. Oh wait, I'm gonna Noxious Fume, so he's gonna die anyway. I'll do it on the one that's buffing, because he's the biggest threat. And obviously we have Corpse Explosion him. Which makes us hurt a little bit. Alright, if we can, we should try to find our way to 15 health. Looks like we can Apparition and take 2 damage this turn. But I guess that only hurts us, because actually we can... No, we can't miss lethal next turn. We have guaranteed auto-lethal, so we shouldn't take any damage, because we can't take 4, we can only take 2. Okay. So this is lethal. I guess I should use strikes to recharge Pendib. Okay. 4 we'll have to do. Oh, there's a burst. Shit. That's right, I should have seen it coming 25 turns in advance and dagger sprayed that spiker. I guess I take the burst to combine with the catalyst. We don't have well-laid plans, so it's like, we can't actually make that happen, but maybe we find well-laid plans in the Act 4 shop or something. Is Block Pot better than Speed Pot? I think it is. We don't have a ton of block cards, so our block is not always available. And Block Pot works when we don't otherwise have block. And we don't have any source of artifact or anything, so Speed Pot is not specifically good. Speed Pot for Ancient Pot. I don't know if we can count on saving both of these potions through both of the Act 3 boss fights. I think I was planning on spending both. So I think I need to take earlier considerations into account than saving this all the way for Act 4 shop. Also, we have $400 for Act 4 shop. We can buy an Ancient Pot and a Speed Pot there if we find them. Although you don't often find that combination. I think I like Block Pot better. Okay, we get to rest, which is nice. Good thing we took that Act 2 recall. Saved us a bunch of health here. Okay, we get to burst an apparition, which seems like a good thing to do. Unfortunately, we're losing the other apparition, unless we, Blessing of Forge. I don't know about perfecting these fights. I think this is more of a struggling to win the fights at all situation. Okay, we have to play Corpse Explosion, because otherwise these guys scale up and kill us. I guess we could theoretically burst the Corpse Explosion instead of the Apparition. But being intangible for an extra turn seems pretty good. Especially considering the fact that we're losing an apparition here. We could keep the apparition if we Blessing of the Forge on it. Also, if we Blessing on the Forge, we upgrade Burst, so we could Burst, Corpse Explosion, Apparition, and get them both. But then the plan for Blessing of the Forge was to hit Catalyst, though. But we don't absolutely have to hit Catalyst. Especially if the next fight isn't Time Lord. If the next fight isn't Time Lord, then we don't need to hit Catalyst. So maybe we just do it right now. Try and win the fight in front of us. I like that. Because we can absolutely lose any fight. We're just hanging on by a thread. I'll hit the low health one. It might kill him a turn sooner, and we'll probably find Noxious Fumes for the other one. Or we can just do 2 damage whenever we want. And play the cheap apparition twice. And then we get to Sucker Punch and Strike. I think those both go on Awakened one, unless we find a reason to believe he won't die. Oh wait, he's double exploding, so he's dying no matter what. Maybe we should have put the double explode on the 53 health one to do 4 extra damage. I don't know. Seems like a pretty small difference. We also trigger Centennial Puzzle here. I feel weird whenever Centennial Puzzle is about to proc, because I'm like, I have to say that it's going to happen before it happens, or people will think that I'm surprised by it. I would like to play Noxious Fumes, but I would also like for him to not gain strength. I believe that if you Corpse Explosion on Awakened One, he does kill the cultists if you kill him first. If you reduce him to 0 health in the first form first, he does trigger Corpse Explosion, is my understanding. 17 plus 16 is 33, exactly. So we don't have to play Noxious Fumes to get the kill on that cultist, or do any other damage. He's killing himself next turn. Wow, I would never have imagined that specimen interaction, but that is amazing, and I love it. I think we just block out and don't develop Noxious Fumes. It doesn't do very much damage, and it's really scary to develop poisons against Awakened One. Thank you for the water. We need a stay hydrated command, because I get parched. Or like one of those channel points things people can do to force me to drink water. Yeah, that's right, we just need the bot. There's a bot for this. I forgot about that. Adrenaline, we don't have much to do this turn, so Adrenaline maybe gives us something to do. Like, play an apparition, apparently. Alright, apparition, sure. If you want to get played, here you go. And then play Dagger Spray. I don't see anything better. We do have like Dark Shackles and Piercing Wail to reset his strength in phase 1 if we want to play powers. But ideally we don't have to do that. And we could save those for just being defensive tools in phase 2. Seems like we can just develop some poison here. And then maybe Acrobatics, find a better block card, or we just defend. Defense kind of boring, but I think it's correct. We wouldn't want to drop Bouncing Flask and be unable to play it, so I'll just defend. Okay, turns out we would have been able to play it because it costs 0. Survivor Defend almost blocks out. Take 1. I'm okay with that. Take 1, develop some poison. Apparently develop Pendib too. Yeah, there you go. You're making your own hydrate bot. I appreciate that, Alex. Let's draw some cards. Oh my god, we landed Pendib on Dagger Stray. The absolute best case scenario for this deck. Okay, so we're taking a bunch of damage. We're taking 24 damage right now. I would like to block most or all of that damage if possible. We could Prepared, look for more things to do, or we could Wraith Form. I would love to save Wraith Form, and it seems like we can block out with cards this turn, so let's Prepared. This one's expensive. I guess we could Piercing Wail. Piercing Wail blocks out. Let's see, so what are we blocking out for without Piercing Wail? So we already got 6, plus 9 is 15, plus 12 is 27. So yeah, we're already blocked out. No reason to do anything too fancy. Just let that poison keep ticking. We almost have Burst Catalyst. Could have theoretically happened this turn. Didn't quite, but nearly. We're in a bit of a bind here. We can Piercing Wail neutralize to block some. Or we could just Apparition. But I believe this is the last Apparition. Apparition blocks for 21, Piercing Wail blocks for 6. This is a big multi-attack turn, so Piercing Wail to block for 6 seems like a big miss. We could Apparition Catalyst. We do have an upgraded burst for the remainder of the fight, so we might be able to get enough damage to kill phase 2. I guess neutralize costs 0, so let's see how much he's actually attacking for. Just 16. I guess I did just waste Pendib on neutralize, but that's okay. I appreciate the extremely premature made on the bone math, but I don't know if that's an encouraging line. Yeah, we could drink Potion. Potion is always available in case of an emergency, though, whereas Apparition is not always available, so it seems like we should use Apparition before Potion here. Apparition also blocks for 15, whereas Potion blocks for 12. If we Catalyst right now, he goes up to 36 poison. And he's healing for 15, so it's really like 19 poison, whereas now he's currently at sort of like 3 poison. A lot of this damage, like it looks like we're in good shape, right? It looks like we've done like half his health bar in damage, but all of that was from the double, the Burst Corpse Explosion on turn 1, pretty much. Like 104 of it was from that. So we're actually like barely treading water here. Yeah, I think it has to be Apparition Catalyst. Doesn't make me very hopeful for the future, but I think it's the best line. Alright, Dash almost blocks out, which is nice. So we can dash Deadly Poison. I'm tempted to fit in a Noxious Fumes there, but I think I'll resist. We could Acrobatics if there's something in here we really want to draw. There isn't. Okay, this looks like it's probably Dark Shackles. Dark Shackles, Poison Stab, Strike. Okay. So now if we Piercing Wail him, he enters phase 2 with 0 strength, which seems okay. We are missing out on Burst Corpse Explosion for next turn, which is kind of a bummer. I wish you could get him to Corpse Explosion himself. That would be cool. So I will blow up Piercing Wail just to reduce strength by 2 for next phase. Grrr. Now the hard part starts. We've blown our Catalyst. We've blown our Corpse Explosion. We've got to get like really lucky and have like Burst line up with Bouncing Flask or something to win the second phase. And he's attacking us for 40. We've blown all of our Apparitions. We've still got Wraith Form. I guess we can Acrobatics for 0, so let's do that. 3 mana powers, that seems bad. We can max block without using the block pot is Survivor, Defend, which is 12 plus 9, which is 21. So then we like barely survive. We could Wraith Form Bouncing Flask, Defend. But we're sort of admitting that we're nearing the end if we do that, and we're not really near the end, because he's got 320 health left, so I think Wraith Form is probably suicide. Coconut has a plan. What's your plan, Coconut? Coconut gets shy when people call on her. It's okay. We could backflip, look for more stuff. These two are both block. He's not currently weak, so Neutralize actually does block. Backflip, however, only blocks for 6 and costs 2 energy, which I suppose is still better than Defend. If we backflip, it means we're not Wraith Forming this turn, but I think I'm willing to cross that line. Okay, we're always playing this Defend, so let's just do that now. It seems like we need to develop this Bouncing Flask this turn, or we are going to die. And it seems like we can survive with Block Pot. So let's do it. And I believe Neutralize blocks for as much as Piercing Wail here. So Neutralize makes this attack do 10 less damage. Yeah, so it actually blocks for more than Piercing Wail. And then we'll Block Pot to save health. Alright, that was a rough turn. There's going to be more like it in just a second. Noxious Fumes for 0 is helpful. We can... Okay, so if we Acrobatics and find a skill that costs... and find 2 skills that cost 0, we could burst them both. And that would be good. We could actually just burst Acrobatics, so that we get a bunch of card draw, and we're very likely to find a 0-cost skill. That seems okay. Let's strike to clear hand room first. So we'll arrive. I need that. It's too expensive. Okay, so we can either use the second proc of Burst on Bouncing Flask and try to get ahead of the fight, or Defend and try and block out. If we Defend, we take 1 damage this turn, and we still get to develop Bouncing Flask, we just don't get to do it twice. If we Bouncing Flask, we develop 18 poison, and we actually start to exceed his capacity to regenerate significantly. But then we take 7 damage, and we go to 10. Going to 10 seems bad. But we can't just hang out in this fight. We have to win it like pretty soon, so I think I'm going to go for it. Alright, do your worst, Awakened One. Okay. Turns out Awakened One's worst is pretty bad. We can backflip to draw 2 of these cards. One of them is a Void, though, which would be quite bad to draw. Prepared also draws 2 cards. We need to somehow block for at least 21 this turn. Block for 21 to survive. I guess the Neutralize also blocks for 9. So that can kind of stand in for a bit of it. Or we draw a new Wraith Form. I guess best case scenario is prepared, draw a 0-cost Wraith Form and a 0-cost Dagger Spray, and then Corpse Explosion, Dagger Spray, Wraith Form. Worst case scenario is we draw Void and a 3-cost Defend. Either of these draw 2 cards, so I'm kind of talking about both of them. Prepared maximizes the chance that we're going to be able to get into Wraith Form this turn, which I think realistically is what needs to happen. So let's go ahead and discard this Defend, which blocks for less than Neutralize, and go take a look. Okay. Can we discard Void now and it doesn't take our energy? I don't think that's how it works, but I will try it. Just for science. Oh yeah, it takes it after it's done. Huh. That UI is just wrong. Okay, well Wraith Form is kind of what we were planning on here. If we backflip, do we survive? We do not. We die. Okay. Wraith Form it is then. We definitely should not have discarded that Void, because now we can redraw it. But I don't think we're winning this fight, no matter what we do. I think we want to play 2 attacks this turn to recharge Pen Nib so that we can hit it on Dash, I guess. Sure. There's the Void. Okay, so Piercing Wail blocks, let's see, it's normally 10 times 3, so he would go down to 4 times 3, and be weakened going down to 3 times 3. So he's still doing 9 damage after Piercing Wail. He's doing 21 without it, so if we block with Dash, then we do 13 damage. I think Deadly Poison does more damage than 13 over the long run. And I guess this fight has to last at least that long. Although Dash only works now while we still only have -1 dex, whereas Piercing Wail continues to work on multi-attacks in the future. Some pretty weak justification here. I have no idea how we're surviving next turn. Maybe we like Miracle Burst Backflip something. We need to end this fight really soon, so I'm gonna Piercing Wail. And Deadly Poison. Go to 1. We got the 0-cost Corpse Explosion. Burst is here. It says 0 cost on it. Maybe it actually costs 0. Who knows? We can guarantee draw it with Acrobatics, but Acrobatics costs 2. And we're not blocking for anything when we do it. There's just no way to block. It's not possible. If we bursted both of these somehow, we would get 6 block per for 12 total, and then we would die. And there's no way to actually burst both of them, and there's no way to find any more block. So we're super dead. But maybe we can burst Corpse Explosion before we go. So let's go take a look for that. Ooh, we can. That's fun. I guess technically Backflip shuffles and draws 2 cards, so maybe those 2 cards are insane somehow and save us. Let's burst again. Nope. Okay, well, that was sort of a long and painful run that I knew wasn't going to win right from the moment we picked Fusion Hammer. I was like, it feels like we're not going to get enough upgrades, and then we're going to die to the bosses because we don't have upgrade Catalyst. But we got pretty far. I think that's actually going to be the end of the stream. Sorry, Artemal.